Hey, good evening, everybody. Sammy Thunder here. And tonight, we're going back in time. We're going back to the year of 1973. The Oakland Athletics defeated the New York Mets to become the World Series champions. And I figured kind of to showcase the 1973 collection that I put together through a number of different sources. Some being some cards that my dad purchased for me when I was a kid and that have been kept ever since. Most of them have been through that big vintage purchase that I made about a month or two ago. And then I think there was one or two that came from Facebook Marketplace that I made purchases on. So I figured I'd go through them tonight. And then, one more thing I wanted to mention was that I'm unveiling the second really big card that I purchased for my 1959 collection. So we're going to go even a little bit further back in time. From 1973 to 1959, I promise you, stick around for this video because this card is a big one. You saw from my last video, there was the Mickey Mantle from the 59 collection that I picked up. This is another big card from that set. So you could probably take guesses on what it is, but we will do that at the very end of the video. So I figured we'll have some fun. We'll go through the 73 cards that I put in top loaders. There are some additional 73 cards that I put into this case here, or that card container. And, I'll take some out from there as well, and we'll go through some more 73 stuff from here as well. But first thing we'll do is we'll go through some of these cards that I have put away in this storage case. These are more commemorative cards, and they kind of just showcase some of the great talents from the past. So players like we have here Walter Johnson, who was the all-time shutout leader. I don't know if that still stands true, but I imagine shutouts really don't happen all too often anymore, where pitchers go the distance. So it's kind of a nice commemorative piece from the 73. So I have a bunch of those cards which I have put away here, and then here we have the Victory Leader Cy Young, which I do not believe will ever no one will ever get close to that. I think, considering now with pitchers not really winning as many games as they used to in the past, so like pitchers in the 60s would get like 25 wins, even close to 30. Now it seems like getting close to 20 is an accomplishment. So, and I think I have some 75s in here as well, kind of sprinkled in there, but nothing, got to see some cool cards. Mickey Cochran, the all-time All-Stars based on the 75 set. Here we have some more Walter Johnson's. Walter Johnson's strikeout leader, which was definitely taken over by Nolan Ryan. Here's some more shutout leaders. I'm blocking the face of the cards. Strikeout leaders, and so a lot of Walter Johnson's kind of stealing the show there in that little container pack. So I think what we'll do is I'll go through this little container, which actually includes some 1972 cards as well, but I'm going to just try to focus in on the 73s if I can. There's some 72s that were mixed in there. So here, there's one 74 card I think that got somehow thrown in there. So I'm just going to quickly take that out to make sure we are consistent. So these are the ones that I picked out that were probably not in the best condition. These are the ones I didn't put in top loaders. I probably will at some point, but these are the ones that, they're in decent shape, but they're not like I would say very good is the best condition I would put them in. So here we go. Steve Carlton, got Lou Brock, Burke Campaneris. You got stolen base leaders. We got some insert cards here. Billy Williams, Rod Carew. Got a couple of these. Here's another Lou Brock, Burke Campaneris. Here's one that's pretty creased up. So yeah, I got a bunch of them actually, it looks like. And here we go, some base cards. Here's a Juan Marichal, actually in pretty good shape. Probably should sleeve this. Got a nice Fergie Jenkins. Here's a pretty creased up Bobby Bonds. Here's a better looking one. There's a pretty creased up Louis Tiant, one of the more underrated pitchers. One of my favorites, Raleigh Fingers. This one's pretty creased up as well. For Campaneris, who's a star in his time. Jim Hunter, the Catfish. Good Greg Nettles. Here's a favorite of all of ours, Pete Rose. Got the Yaz, Carly Yastrzemski. Another Greg Nettles. Here's Willie McCovey. Another Bert Campaneris. Here's another Steve Carlton, Louis Tiant. Got ourselves a Steve Carlton, Wilbur Wood, and Gaylord Perry. Eddie Matthews as a manager. Here's a couple of his cards. Here's another Louis Tiant. And favorite of mine, Tug McGraw. I think there's some more in here. Just need to dig in there and grab the rest of them that are in this container. There's some 72s mixed in, so let me get those out. There we go. These should be some 74s, I think, might have gotten mixed up in there, which is... Oh no, these are all 73s. One second, let me just do some quick maneuvering. Because we're gonna do a 72 day. We'll definitely do a 72 card unveiling. I just thought it'd be fun to do, a single year. Here we go. Here's some more 73s for you. Here we go. Johnny Bench, Dick Allen. Here's a commemorative Hank Aaron card as the total base leader. Here's another one. Here we have another Carlton, Gaylord Perry, Wilbur Wood. Here's a Ty Cobb, all-time hit leader. Batting leader all time. Here we have ourselves a rookie card of Gary Matthews. Here's a George Scott, superstar in his day. Here's another Gary Matthews rookie. Yep, Thurman Munson found his way in there. 72. This one was pretty. I think I got this card in a. I bought a Thurman Munson. No, I bought a bunch of 72 cards, and the seller was really cool and let me have this Munson card for free. It's pretty creased up. Like this Yaz is also creased, and got this Jim Hunter as well. Let me put that back in here before I continue. Here we go. Fan favorite Steve Garvey. Got ourselves Boog Powell. A couple of his, 3 of his cards. Harmon Killebrew. There's Frank Robinson. California Angels. Got Brooks with the Baltimore Orioles. A couple of Brooks cards. This one's pretty creased up. One of my favorites. You got Tom Terrific, Tom Seaver, and Jim Palmer. Here's another Louis Tiant. I know he's a favorite of some of y'all. Eddie Matthews again. There's a Willie Stargell, pretty trimmed up. There's another Lou Brock. Steve Carlton, Louis Tiant. They had the best ERA from 72. Johnny Bench again, Dick Allen, Matthews. Another Lou Brock. Gaylord Perry. You got Sparky Anderson. I know one of y'all mentioned he'd be an all-time best manager. Here's some more inserts. We've seen those. Here's the Catfish again. This is cool. Boyhood photos of the Stars. Gaylord Perry. Here's Rod Carew. Johnny Bench, Dick Allen. We've seen his card already. Bunch of Johnny Bench cards. Johnny Bench again. Really still in the show. Here's Yogi. Another good manager during his time. A great catcher in his day. Yeah, right. Good stack of 73s. Nice healthy stack there. Let's get to the top loaders. These are the ones that I valued as being the best condition cards. We're going to lead us off here with the Babe. They commemorated him for being the RBI leader. Here's a hit leader. We've seen this one. This one's a better condition Ty Cobb from the 75. Here's Hank Aaron, total base leader again. These are better condition ones. And starting off with base cards, here's a Hank Aaron from the 73. This one's in pretty good condition. Here's a better Rod Carew than the one we saw earlier. Centering's not great, but the condition's pretty good. Here's Bob Gibson. We're going to see him again in a little bit. Yeah, that's a hint, guys. Here's a second Bob Gibson. I told you we'd see him again. But we're going to see him even again and again. Here's a better Brooks from the one that you saw, although this one touched up in the corners. But here's one that has some print marks on it, but this one, the corners are pretty sharp. Pretty nice. Here's a better Yaz. Let me get the glare out of the way so y'all can see Yaz for who he truly is. Yes. Here's a favorite of mine, Lou Brock. Nice corners, good centering on this one. This is one that my dad bought for me as a kid. This Willie Mays card I've had since probably I was 11 or 12 years old, so it's been with me for over 20 years. I think this is his last card, actually, before he retired. I guess he finished as a Met, but in my mind, he retired as a Giant. Here's a good Pete Rose. And this one I got very recently from the Facebook Marketplace. Got it for about $40. Probably, it's about market value for a card in this condition. Here's Willie McCovey. I think I got a couple of his in that year. Here's a Thurman Munson. And here we get to the rookies. We got ourselves a Dwight Evans rookie card shared with Charlie Spikes and Alonzo Bumbry. And we get to Mr. October himself. We got Reggie Jackson. Looks like he's throwing the ball in from a routine play. Another Thurman Munson. Here's a Hank Aaron. This one has a crease on it. Still, nice Hank Aaron. This one I got from that vintage collection. Here's another Willie Mays 73, so a second Willie Mays to kind of go with the first one. And one of my favorites to collect. What a great shot of him. Nolan Ryan, great card, good condition. It's known for this one that this one does have print marks on some of them don't. And here's a Harmon Killebrew. Nice. That's a first stack here, and then we get to the second stack. This is a cool card to start the set, I thought. I think this is number one. The number one card on the set. Yeah, number one card, and they kind of commemorate Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and Willie Mays at the time were the home run leaders. Since been surpassed by Barry Bonds. But still, very nice. And we got total base leaders again. We got Hank Aaron. Here's Lou Gehrig with the Grand Slam leaders. I don't know if that's still true or not. I imagine that number has been surpassed. Here's, again, Lou Gehrig. And again, Lou Gehrig. And here's a second Babe Ruth card, the commemorative card with Willie Mays and Hank Aaron. One of my favorites. You got Tom Terrific. The third Thurman Munson. Here's one of my favorites, Raleigh Fingers, getting that stash. Nice and prepared for his later years. Here's Brooks, a much better Brooks Robinson. Here's a favorite of a bunch of Al Kaline. Any of y'all big Detroit fans like Lisa? Lisa loves her Detroit Tigers, and she sure loves Al Kaline. Here's a Carlton Fisk second year. He does not look pleased to be taking this photo. But nevertheless, one of the probably top 5, maybe, greatest catchers. And here's a card which I'm embarrassed to say I did not when I was going through the sorting process of commons and stars, I overlooked this card. And this card is probably one of the more sought out, desired cards. The Mike Schmidt rookie card. And sort of a Ron C. rookie card, although he does have a rookie in the 72 set as well. And another favorite here is another third Nolan Ryan. This one's probably the best condition one that I have. Oh, a fourth one. I couldn't remember if I had 3 or 4. But there you go. Here's another Juan Marichal. Another Willie McCovey, better condition on this one. Another Catfish. Here's Jim Palmer. One of the probably best pitchers in Baltimore history. Here's a second Dwight Evans rookie card. Steve Carlton, Nolan Ryan sharing strikeout leaders. It's always good to see two Hall of Famers on the same card. Got Frank Robinson. This one I think is a better condition than the one that I initially showed you. Here's a second one. And it looks like we're going to finish it off with Reggie, and the Bob Gibson. What a good way to finish this stack, because, and a good transition into the star card that I picked up today from an eBay order that I made. A star card for the 59 collection. We're going to look at Bob Gibson now from the 73 set, and we're going to look at a young Bob Gibson from the 59, his rookie card. Truly remarkable. But let's take a look at the 59 card. So, corners are soft, centering's pretty decent. There's nothing more you can ask for a nice vintage rookie card. Hall of Famer Bob Gibson. Home in Omaha, Nebraska. Bob's nickname is Hoot. I need to look up why that. Bob's performance at Rochester last year was so impressive that the cards brought up the rookie after only 2 years of pro experience. With the Red Wings, he started 11 games and finished 7 of them. Before starting his baseball career, he played basketball with the famous Harlem Globetrotters for a season. That is pretty cool. I did not know that about him. He must be pretty tall, 6'1". I'm guessing he might have been, at that time, could have been likely a guard, maybe a forward, because I know basketball players were not as tall as they are now. So 6'1" could, you could be a guard or a forward. I think that's reasonable. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that about him. An amazing career that he had. Sad to hear of his passing semi-recently. But remarkable pitcher. Still holds the record, I believe, for the lowest ERA in a single season. And I believe they lowered the pitching mound after that season, because there was it seemed like the hitters had a tough time that year. So that's really happy to have this in my collection. I was given advice by a veteran collector, and the veteran collector mentioned to me that if you're going to go after vintage sets, buy the Hall of Famers, buy the superstars first, because those are the ones that are going to only go up in value. The commons you can always get, because they're probably going to stay relatively the same in price. So I've kind of been taking his advice and buying a lot of the star cards first, while also kind of sprinkling in some commons from the 59 set as well, just trying to kind of create a nice balance. And I'm expecting some more commons to come in tomorrow, actually, so we'll do another video. And I think normally in the past I've always done videos where I just kind of show the cards, but I don't kind of give you the action of actually putting them in the binders, and so you can kind of see the whole experience all the way through. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just kind of tie in that little aspect of the experience of getting new cards and putting them into the binders and such, and then just making sure I have an inventory up to date on everything. But that's about it for tonight, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you don't know, I do have a 100 subscriber video giveaway coming up. I know I mentioned to y'all that I was going to do it on Saturday. I might have to push it back a day because my job, it may require me to come in on a weekend. So if that does happen, I will let you know. Don't know for certain yet, but I will let you know but likely tomorrow in the next video that I do. But thank you all so much, guys, for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. That's going to be popping up shortly, if not already. And also hit the like button to show your support. I really appreciate y'all for always coming by to check out the new cards that I have to unveil. And I look forward to seeing some of y'all's videos, and Well, always enjoy the vintage. Take care, y'all. Have a good night.